you know, you never know what you're gonna get when you come into any city, but Roseville seemed like a great town. You know, I definitely am gonna come back down here at some point. Probably after I get done in Seattle with whatever I'm doing up there. I took a bus up north out of Roseville and found myself a place to sleep. Just found a interesting little tree here, which appears to be just completely filled with pollen. It's coming towards me. Close look at one. I guess this is where I'm settling down for the night. Nice open fields. A lot of this is got water in it and stuff, but good right here. There is a busy road right there, which is not ideal, but I think people don't really care. I'd be more worried about the people up in this like neighborhood over here, but there's no house directly behind me, so should be fine. Just you know, as I get better at this, I can actually settle down and enjoy myself a little. Enjoy the good food that I have and the awesome places that I get to see. Good morning, and good morning to all the birds who are happily flying around this meadow. Can't quite tell what those ones are. They're a little too far away, but they kind of look like chickens. It's a nice little place. Naruto, show me the sushi. So I'm up here going to this Walmart and just noticing what a nice area this is. I guess we're kind of like in that range. We're close enough to a major city, Sacramento. There's still people living around here who probably commute, but we're far enough away that you don't have all the crime and unpleasantness of the big city. Honestly, Roseville kind of gave me the same vibe. If it weren't for the tracks, I think Roseville would be this exact sort of area. But, you know, heading over to Walmart. I got, you know, I got to thank everybody for donating and stuff. I mentioned in the last video that I was getting low on money, and then immediately got a couple donations and a couple new patrons, which is really nice. I mean, you guys have no idea, like, you know, 20 bucks goes a long ways when you're out here like this, so I definitely appreciate it. Man, I've been doing a lot of walking lately. It's really starting to kill my back. Having to take rests constantly. I need to have like a week or so where I don't do much walking. It's really starting to take a toll. Alright, this is my destination for the day. I guess the plan is to sleep in this field tonight, and then in the morning try and hitchhike out. I don't know how possible it's going to be. This does not seem like a very busy road. You know, there's like, look over this way, there's like some residential neighborhoods over that way. This over here is like a community college, I think, something like that. So there's stuff around. There may be people getting on the highway from here, but it's not going to be that many people. Yeah, I don't know. Having had a chance to look at this intersection a little bit more, yeah, it's like straight and stuff, but there's not like anybody using it. There's a car. There's like every once in a while there's one. But yeah, I don't know. It might not be that possible to hitchhike from here. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Alright, so I looked at the map, thought about some things, and I came to the conclusion that I really need to walk like 6 miles up to the next town in order to get to a better on-ramp. So But given how my back felt yesterday, I really don't want to walk like 7 miles today. So instead, I'm going to stay put for a day, for tonight, and then I will start walking in the morning, which is fine because I also need to resupply a little bit as well. So that's how that's gonna go. You know, when I started out, I was really intending on stealth camping most of the time, but as I've gotten a little more used to this kind of life, I've realized stealth camping isn't really necessary all the time. In this spot right here, I'm like behind this shopping center. There's no residential areas nearby, and I'm behind this bank here, so like nobody in the parking lot can see me. And this is the back side, so this is like the loading docks and stuff. So even if someone does see me, they might not really even care. And then there's the highway, which I don't even really count people driving on the highway as like people. In the sense that they're not gonna like be driving down the highway and see somebody in a tent and call the cops on me. Like, nobody gives a shit. They're just getting from one place to another. Most of these people don't even live around here. They don't care, you know. So sometimes, you know, being out in the open is fine. This is fun to try and sleep through. The rain hasn't really started yet. I put up my tarp overnight. But it's really just been little tiny sprinkles so far. But it is supposed to rain today, so I think it'll be another, you know, no walking today. Alright, got out of there without getting too wet. Like I said, it's not really the rain that's the bastard, it's the wind. That wind. And I think maybe maybe my tarp, because I set it up kind of quickly, wasn't as like tight as it could be, so that's why it was flapping around so much. But either way, yeah, it's the wind that's the bastard. Oh my god. First of all, this is the strongest rainbow I've ever seen. Second of all, it's a double rainbow. And it does actually go all the way across the sky, although you can't really see it on camera. I can see it very faintly in person. Alright, there it is. I managed to finish it right as the sun is going down, so that's kind of perfect. I am behind this crate shipping container. I do get the feeling that like I am definitely on the mall's property now, and if they catch me here, they probably will not be that kind to me. So, you know, I could have gone down here maybe, but I don't know. I felt like this is pretty sheltered. The bush here, there's, you know, the cars are kind of peeking out, but most of the time they probably won't be able to see that. As long as I'm quiet, I think it should be fine. And hopefully people will be nice to me. I don't know. Seems like people around here have been mostly pretty friendly. Alright, good morning. It's like 9 a.m. Yeah, just kind of, it's been raining on and off and on. And it's probably going to continue doing that all day. So looks like another day at the Starbucks for me. But it shouldn't be too bad. And maybe I can even get going tonight and see if I can't make a little headway. Alright, I'm finally, the rain has stopped, and it's supposed to be stopped for a few days, so that's good. I came back to this spot over here where I slept a couple nights ago, but there's a bunch of sheep there now. Don't know how well you can see that. There you go. So I guess I can't go there. I could go back to the spot I was at last night, or I could try and find a new spot. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do, but one way or another, it's the last night here, and in the morning I can finally go walk. And I desperately need to get to a laundromat. I've been putting it off for some reason, but yeah, my socks and shoes have basically been wet all day, and it's not smelling good down there. So I need to get to a laundromat, get everything fucking washed, and then I might even need to make some money to go get some like foot spray or whatever. Kind of gross, but that's something you need to think about. So I decided last night to try this thing where I just have the tarp folded in half and then I just crawl inside it. I staked it down on the corners and then crawled inside of it, but there's a couple problems with that. First of all, I shouldn't have staked it down on all four corners because now there's not that much room inside. That's kind of an issue. Second of all, the condensation is really bad, and there's no way I'm getting out of here without getting wet, basically. Even though it's nice and bright outside now, I'm still gonna be wet, but I should drive fast, so it's not that big of a deal. It's just kind of a, you know, I tried it and it didn't really work out. The area that I'm in right now is basically just suburbia. I'm not planning on sticking around this area, obviously. I just need to get through to get to Lincoln. Also, my socks and shoes got completely wet again just walking through that field. You gotta like avoid the grass, especially in the morning. But I guess now I'm gonna get some coffee and then we'll keep on walking. I got like, you know, 6.5 miles to make. There it is. That's where I'm getting on the highway. Actually got here relatively quick. I guess 6 miles really isn't that much. There's a few more businesses and things over here. There's like a Target and a Safeway. There's a laundromat, and I don't have enough money to use the laundromat, so I am considering just going and busking a little bit. But I'm pretty freaking rusty on that. I haven't really touched the harmonica in a long time, honestly. But I don't know, this might be a good area for it. It seems like, I mean, sort of middle class neighborhoods, I guess. Whoa. Just like a bunch of, are those like I don't know what they are, herons, cranes, what's the difference? I don't know. But I think that's what that is. There's just all these freaking white, like that one, he's sticking his neck up. All those long neck birds. Just in these like 3 trees over here. That's weird. Alright, just looking for potential places to sleep tonight. Spotted a pretty nice bridge right here. There's dry ground under there. I don't need a bridge in the sense that it's not going to rain tonight, but at the same time, sometimes bridges are just nice because they're private. Here we are. To be honest with you, this doesn't look bad. I don't see anybody here. A lot of mud, but no standing water, at least right here under the bridge. Some interesting tracks. Raccoons, I think. Maybe some, I know I've been seeing like jackrabbits and stuff. Definitely people as well. Expecting to see some deer here, but I don't know if I do. I think I see a dog. Either way, it's like a well-trafficked area, at least for the wildlife, you know. This right here looks like it's been used before. This looks like a, honestly, it looks like a home bum's regular spot, in my interpretation. but they don't seem to be here, so it could also be just like local kids or whatever. Let me set that down there. Okay, so let's do some detective work then. We've got a can with nothing in it. Looks old. We've got coals. So somebody at some point has made fires here. Don't really see any soot on the ceiling. I see a whitewashed wall. I don't know if you really call that whitewashing, but it's, you know, something like that. They obviously painted over some sort of tag. We got another fire over here. We've got various bits of detritus. Detritus, I think is actually how it's pronounced. Let's see, there's like a Dr. Pepper bottle and what looks like an unopened package of raisins. I don't think raisins have like a... Do they have a Best By date on them? Oh, it does. Hold on. Best By 10/14. Well, you can... if you can see that. 10/14. 23. Yeah, Best By 10/14/23. It's hard to see, but I can make it out. So those are still good. Might have those tonight. Yeah, I don't know. Might just like chill here for a minute, see what happens. Alright, pretty sure I haven't filmed anything in like 2 days. I've been hit hard by the internet addiction bug again. You know, those 2 days waiting in the rain at the Starbucks just kind of conditioned my brain to be on the phone all day. But I've broken away from it. I've got a lot of stuff to do today. I just got my Patreon check. So I have a little bit of money. I need to buy some food. I need to finish up a video, get that uploaded, and then I need to get on the road. I am pretty much one hop away from Yuba City / Marysville / there's a couple little towns over there that are basically all one town. And then I got to make some decisions. I have a couple people on the $20 tier on Patreon now, so I think I'm gonna put it to a poll, community poll. But basically, there's like 4 different routes I can take from here to Red Bluffs or something like that, which is the town that is basically like the very northern end of this valley in California. From there, it's all mountains and it's all like you know, just I-5. But in order to get to there, there's a few different routes I can take, and I don't know which one's going to be the best. So I'll be putting that to my patrons. If you also want to help make decisions like that, that is the $20 tier on Patreon. That is a monthly subscription. You don't have to stay subscribed for more than 1 month. If you just want to subscribe and then unsubscribe the next month, that's fine too. Alternatively, there are other ways of donating. I have Cashapp, and I now have a PayPal link. So if you prefer PayPal, you can use that. Here's the on-ramp I'm going to take is way over there. And there's a Target over this way I'm going to get my stuff from. Alright, now I am on the on-ramp trying to get to Yuba City. And we'll see how quickly that happens. Alright, I am in Linda, which is just outside of Yuba City. Alright, that area back there looked a little sketchy, so I looked on the map and I think I can walk from here to like the north end of town. I don't know if that's any better, but might as well, you know, I got some daylight left. I really need to get to a laundromat. There's a couple in town that I looked at, but I don't think I really have time for that tonight. It's gonna take like a couple hours probably, so I think the plan right now is just to get to somewhere where I can camp. I mean, honestly, like some of this stuff wouldn't even be that bad. So I was seeing a bunch of this on the map. I guess like dirt biking is really popular around here or something. I saw a couple of different tracks around. It's kind of interesting. You know, back in my hometown, there was like there's an area down by the river where there's a bunch of dirt bike tracks. So I guess when I say like I can't really say I've never seen something like this before, but it's like there's a lot of them here. I wonder if this city's known for that in some circles, maybe. And that would seem to be Marysville. It's kind of like, you know, Yuba City, Marysville. They're on the other side, opposite sides of the river, but they're basically the same sort of thing. But actually, it's kind of an interesting little area here. I have found some jungle, it looks like. So I'm gonna try and find somewhere where I can tuck myself away here. Alright, I think I might have found my spot here. It's really the hill, this little bump here shelters you from prying eyes, and then this grass is like, you know, knee high. Quite literally, knee high. So I think I can probably go ahead and set up my tent right here, and you'll barely be able to see it even if you're looking for it. So sounds good to me. Of course, this is all pretty much like within the bounds of Marysville, so I'm sure people do come out here. But you know, I'm sure the people that do come out here are probably used to seeing tents and stuff set up anyway, so this looks like a pretty free spot, but you know, you can never be that sure, but it looks pretty good. Yeah, let's do the classic passerby test. There's nothing. There's no chance that somebody on foot will ever see me here. Go up a little higher. Let's assume somebody's like up on a high horse or motorcycle or something. Pretty sure. No, still don't see anything, so that's good. And even if someone comes down this way, yeah, let's say they're going out this way to this beach here. There's the tent. The colors are pretty good. Honestly, if I wasn't looking directly at it, you know, if you just kind of catch it in your peripheral, I wouldn't notice anything. That's a bit of an extreme scenario because obviously you are like a couple feet away from the tent. But either way, I think that's probably going to do it. There's the tent itself, and I'm just overlooking the river. Alright, it's next day. So I've got my route planned out now. I gotta get over from Marysville to Yuba City. So it's kind of just a quick walk across the bridge. That should be fine. I'm gonna go to a laundromat, finally get all my shit washed. I am definitely not gonna have enough money for everything this week. It's very loud out here. Patreon came through, and I'm kind of like, you know, breathing a little sigh of relief now. That money's very, very nice to have. But just based on how much I spent last month, I'm probably not gonna have enough to go the whole month. But we'll figure that out as we go. I know multiple ways of making money if I need to, so that should be fine. It might just be a point of pressure in the coming month. I did a Patreon poll to see where I should go from here, whether I should go over to I-5 right now or take the eastern route along the mountains, and the answer was unanimously take the eastern route along the mountains. So that is where I'm going to be going. So that's going to take us into some like smaller towns along the mountains, and there's a town called Paradise that's kind of up in the mountains. I might try and get out there, see how possible it is to hitchhike that way. I don't really know what that's going to be like, but it's an adventure, so why not? The city of Marysville itself seems like really active. I was woken up this morning by a bunch of motorbikes. I don't know what they were doing, but there was some sort of big gathering over there, and it was very loud. And I mean, I guess that's just a part of the culture of this city. I don't know. I kind of want to like stop somebody and ask them like what's going on with motorsports in Marysville and Yuba City, because it definitely feels like a thing. How do I put it? Like a lot of cities you go to, all the buildings and all the businesses and everything just feels generic, you know? It just feels like it was put there by a corporation and set up based on a style guide that was handed down from the headquarters in fucking Illinois or whatever. But Marysville does not feel like that. Marysville, this feels very like local and alive. A bunch of flooded soccer fields, and then more this way there's a river, which is probably the main reason this bridge is here. It's kind of interesting to me how much just like public land they have though around the riverbanks and in the nooks and crannies. I mean, I think you can even see, hold on, I have to zoom way in, but you can even see another dirt bike park over there. That's what I'm telling you, there's like 6 or 7 of them around the perimeter of this city. It's funny, there's just all this like little graffitis written by people. Some of it feels pretty personal even, but it's just I guess this is like the local culture, is you come out here and you fucking write stuff. That almost looks like a rail tag. It's that kind of style. There's a lot of different styles of graffiti that you find. A lot of this stuff is just like clearly just like somebody had a pen and they were probably drunk walking across the bridge. Alright, well, I got to the fucking place I was going, and there's only like 2 laundry machines open, and they're both $5. So I guess I'm not doing that. There's a couple other laundry places I passed on the way though, so maybe one of those will be cheaper. I don't know. Well, this raincoat I have here was kind of on its last legs anyway, but I didn't think it would just fall apart like this. I think this is literally the waterproof coating on the inside that has peeled off. It used to be stuck to there, now it's peeling off. Yeah, I don't think I can actually salvage that. I think this is garbage. Alright, I'm over in basically a complete other side of town from where I slept last night. I'm all the way over on the west side now. I was going to the Walmart and I just kind of didn't realize how far away it was. But that's fine. We'll find somewhere to sleep around here. It's actually kind of nice because it's sort of towards the edge of town, so there's more empty space around. But yeah, I'm gonna get some food, and then in the morning I will want to hit up there's like a Goodwill over there, so I can kind of get rid of some of my books and maybe pick up a new one, and maybe look for like a radio or whatever. I don't know. If it's real cheap, I might pick it up. Alright, another day has passed. I have aroused myself from the Starbucks in order to make my way up to the place where I'll be hitchhiking from. So I've selected a spot. Seems to have a good on-ramp, and I'll be making my way over there. But first I want to hit up the Goodwill, see if they have anything interesting there that I can take with me. So there's like it's gonna be a little tricky to make this happen. I'm planning on getting on the highway over here, But there's actually two highways I could take. 99 and 70 both go north. The problem is, if I want to go to Oroville, I either have to take Highway 70 or I have to, like, you know, take this awkward little transition here. After that, they kind of merge. But Highway 70, I can't really get on from Marysville. It just kind of like, it's not a big enough highway to have like on-ramps and stuff, so it just kind of like goes out. And I don't think there's anywhere easy to catch it. You know, there's like a high school and a, I don't know, nothing. So the decision I made is to take 99, and I will try and get over to Oroville, I think, but I mean, I don't know, we'll just have to see what happens, basically. It's not that much I actually need. I guess I'm looking for a radio still, although I know exactly the kind of radio I want, and I can just get it online for really cheap, so I guess I don't actually need a radio from here, but if I found a good, like, cheap one, maybe, just temporarily. Probably not. Yeah, it's gotta be a good one though. I've seen actual stores that had a worse selection of board games than this. This is a lot of board games, a lot of puzzles. For some reason, I've actually got a really nice selection of books. You always get these, like, you know, paperback romance novels and stuff, mystery novels, but they've also got a pretty good selection in here, it looks like, of sci-fi and fantasy. I've never seen or read a Game of Thrones. It would be kind of interesting to do that, but I don't know. Yeah, pretty nice selection. Alright, I just grabbed a generic fantasy book. Something that seemed like it would be interesting enough, but not too crazy. I'm not really much one for the, you know, thrillers and the mysteries and the romance novels. It's all kind of just boring to me for the most part. And you can really tell when, like, the author is really trying to push something and it just doesn't click. Yeah, a lot of the written stuff, the sort of spoken word segments that I've had in some of my previous videos, have been inspired by reading. Whenever I get a good book going, it makes it easier to write, and I enjoy doing it. So now it is on to find the spot where I can get on Highway 99. That's where I'm going to leave it for today's video. Next week we'll be getting out of Yuba City and I'll be continuing north, which is where I am right now. I want to say thank you to all the patrons. They should be going by right about here, and without the patrons this is not possible whatsoever. So thank you all for that, and if you want to be a patron, the link is in the description. You will get different rewards, such as bonus content. I know there's a whole scene I had to cut out of this video, so you can go find that over on Patreon. $5 is all you need to get that. If you want to pay a little extra, $10 will get you access to the Discord. If you don't know what Discord is, it's a big chat room where you can chat with other patrons and myself. If you pay $20, that is where you get access to exclusive polls, like the one you saw in this video. I'll be doing more of those as we go along. And if you want to pay $50, which is the maximum tier right now, you get to tell me where to go. You get to pick a destination and I will go there. No guarantees about how long it's going to take or when or where, you know, well, where is where is guaranteed, but I will make my way there somehow. Patreon is a monthly subscription, so if you just want to make a one-time donation, that's fine too. You won't get any of the perks, but I have both my Cashapp and my PayPal links down below, so you can do that. Eventually I want to get some sort of system where you can send in comments and stuff too. I think maybe you can do that with PayPal. I don't know, but if you want to send in a comment, I'll probably start reading those at the end of the video. And if you know of a better way of doing that, then let me know in the comments as well, because I'm fairly new to all this stuff. I don't really have all my payment stuff set up the way I want it yet. I just don't know what's out there. Yeah, and with that, I'll see you in the next video.